McGill University is guilty of intellectual omission and distortion. As professor and Black activist from Montreal, Rosalind Hampton asserts, the institutional resistance of recognizing Black Canadian studies reflects long-term investments in the systemic construction of Canada as a white nation, wherein Black people are imagined as visitors or immigrants, having always recently arrived from elsewhere. The absence of a Black Canadian Studies department at McGill University propagates this very notion. The demands for a Black Studies department presented in the Take James Down letter and Professor Nelson's recommendations aren't new. On the contrary, they date back to the 70s. In 1970, Sally Cools, a McGill student, summarized the frustrations of Black students as such. We're being fucked around left, right, and center. Cools' frustration stemmed from the university's lack of response to student demands for the creation of a Black Studies department. McGill, in response to such protests of Black students, stated that they do not know much about Black Studies and are now, in 1970, educating themselves on it. 50 years later, not only do we not have a Black Studies department, but Black professors make up less than 1% of all faculty. It is impossible to understand the world without understanding the history and current realities of Black people globally, and most notably, of Black communities in Canada. McGill bears the onus of providing this knowledge to its community through a Black Studies department.
Black Lives Matter, today and always.